Hi, welcome to another Power Blast podcast. I hope you're having yourself a fantastic week. Things are going pretty good here. One of the things that has surfaced this week is the topic of accountability. And I think for a lot of people, they kind of freeze a little bit when you talk about, hey, I'm gonna, will you hold me accountable or I'll hold you accountable to something? Because that typically means you gotta show up and you gotta commit to something. And I've seen things happen over the years where people sign up for something or they commit to something. Yeah, I want to be a part of something big. I'm totally in, regardless. No matter if it's fitness or clubs or whatever it is. And somehow life likes to get in the way a little bit or challenge somebody, and then somebody just kind of fades into the background, especially as weekends always seem to happen. During the week, people are, pretty focused, and then weekend happens, and then the next week gets a little crazy, and you kind of forget and stuff like that. I know I'm being very general here, but one of the things with health and fitness, in the past, when I first started with my Beachbody program, I kind of lurked on the message boards. I didn't really participate in them, but I always noticed that there were these people starting these little challenges, these little groups, these pockets of friends that were just like, hey, I'm going to do this. Will you come, anybody want to do this with me? Kind of hold me accountable. I'll hold you accountable, and let's show up and see what we can do with this. And, people really got some results, and some amazing friendships developed over the months, years, time. So as I got involved with some of the message boards way back when, there's been some I don't want to say way back when, but there's been a group of people that I formed great friendships with, even though it's very virtual. There have been people that I've actually just met face to face because of Beachbody, and you kind of already feel like you know that person, So back to the accountability thing. I see people all the time join, some sort of group, and then they kind of fade into the woodwork. They stop showing up, they stop committing, and when it comes to accountability, it's really got to boil down to you. I've known people to go and say, hey, I'm going to go and sign up for a gym membership, and so, my good friend is going to go, and, if one friend doesn't show, the other friend's kind of like, well, no, I'm going to be off the hook, I don't have, nobody's holding me accountable. But you really got to stay committed to yourself. It's what do you really want? Because when you're turning and looking to somebody else, and you're wanting that nudge and encouragement, which can be very, very valuable, and help you out. When that nudge or that encouragement doesn't come, you still have to dig deep within yourself and show up for it anyway. Do it for yourself. And that's why, I've created a blog. That's why I've always embraced putting yourself first, because it really boils down to you. So one of the things that I've been able to see recently are people developing small core groups of challenges or centered around a workout program. And I've done a few of these in over the past few months, where I've got a P90X group of people that are going and just checking in each day with their workouts and encouraging and motivating each other. I've got another one starting very, very soon where, I've limited it to only 5 people because, if it gets too big, people tend to tend to fade out. And if we've got 5, we can keep track and hold each other accountable. But still, it really matters to, it's really important for each person to do it for themselves and show up that way. And that somehow is motivating to the group. You have a commitment to the group, but you have a commitment to yourself. And, when somebody in the group isn't doing so hot, the rest of the group can pick them up. And if if there's another person, if you're not doing, I'm losing my train of thought here, but if you're needing that encouragement, the group can lift you up. And so there's kind of that two-way street that works out, and then having the benefit of a coach that kind of feeds that encouragement and gives those tips and those motivations. That is really what I'm seeing these challenge groups really do very, very well. So without getting on my high horse, I think turning and looking at support and accountability and being part of a small group can very, very well be motivating and help a person out to go through. And these are like short challenges, 30, 60, 90 days, but they can grow into so much more with with friendships that you develop along the way. But really, when it all comes down to it, it's got to boil down to you. It's not the group that is going to get you the results. It's you that's going to get the results. It's just that you get the benefit of checking in and getting the support and the motivation and the ideas from being a part of a group. So, putting yourself first, that's nobody else is going to, the group's not going to come in and, choose the right portions of food for you, or make the decisions of when to push play, or make the decisions to get the workout done, or anything like that. It boils down to you. But a little check-in with each other and these challenges that are going on, it's pretty cool. And if you'd like to be considered for a challenge in the future, I've kind of been mixing it up. Right now it's going to be a little bit late for our 10-minute challenge in November, but I'll be starting one in December, so keep that on the radar, and you can contact me. Anyway, that's all I have for this week. Just remember, it's never too late. We'll see you next week.